Hi guys, Matt here. I am out at the field today to make a quick video review and buyer's guide, if you will, for a disc that I really like and have thrown for a long time, but that I don't see out on the course that much, and that is the Westside Stag. It's a disc that I throw a ton because it's one of the most versatile fairway drivers on the market. It can hold a straight to fade line. It can do a turnover, really nice S-curves through the woods, and overall it does some things that I think are really valuable and make it a great disc for just about any type of player to throw, from a lower intermediate player that's just getting started all the way up to a pro level player who needs a disc to manipulate on a lot of lines. First, I'm going to walk you through the main plastic types it's available in. The first one that I have is the VIP plastic. I've actually got a classic VIP with the old stamp, as well as a glitter VIP. It's a little bit newer, still has the old stamp. Westside actually updated the flight numbers on this disc about a year and a half ago. It had been 8603. And they realized, well, it's not really an overstable disc, and that'll make people think it is, and update it to 86-12, which is closer to accurate, I would say. But, you know, all the plastic types, you have the VIP that's like your classic clear or at least very opaque plastic, very durable, holds up to tree hits really well, wears in the most slowly. Then you've got your tournament plastic. I've got a tournament burst one here. This is my newest one. I've had it about a year, but it's only been in the bag a few months. Also very durable, a little bit more grippy, especially in the wet. And they tend to start out just a touch more overstable, but they wear into the sweet spot and stay there a good long time. Then there is the tournament recycled plastic. It's their regrind plastic, like Innova EcoStar, and it's really one of my favorites overall because it beats in a little more quickly, but it doesn't get obliterated that easily. It's not super fragile like some of the eco plastics are. This one has actually been in my bag for 4 years, almost consecutively, with very few times out of it, and it is what I would consider to be the ideal shape for a stag, and I'll show you what I mean. If you take a look at it close up, it's got a fairly neutral parting line, about equidistant from the bottom and the top of the flight plate, and it's got a pretty refined edge, which makes it a disc that is affected by tree hits some. But while this one has been beat up pretty good, as you can see, it still flies very true. It also has a very even dome that is pretty much evenly distributed across. It doesn't have a big parachute dome. It's not sunken. And you'll see the other main variety of stag that does not have this great dome is what I call the sunken stags. The top sags just a little bit on these, which makes it very flat from shoulder to shoulder, and the outer wing drips just a little bit, as you can see here. I've heard from people who do plastic manufacturing, sometimes that's a result of a slower cooling process, so it gives it time to settle before it sets up permanently. And these typically fly a little bit more understable. So if you're looking for a disc that's a good turnover disc, or to do S-curves for an intermediate arm speed, look for a flatter stag. If you want one that's really going to hold that line in the glide, go for the slightly domier one. That's my recommendation, really. I'm going to give you guys a look at some throws of these and see what you think. As you can see, the blue one, I got a little nose up, but it's the most overstable. It went about 365. These guys were both around 380, 390. And the less stable one turned up from that hyzer and rode really well. And that one was just short of 400 feet. I'm gonna give them just a little bit of anhyzer, a tiny bit, so you can see how they flex a little bit and get a better idea of different types of flight. So as you can see on those with different degrees of anhyzer, it'll either hold the line really great all the way to the ground or hold it for a long time and then fight out gently if it's one of the more overstable ones. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're looking for a disc that is a little bit different than your classic T-Bird or Eagle fairway driver, the Stag is a great one to try out. I think it's one of the most versatile fairway drivers on the market, and hope that you give one a shot. Thanks for watching.